And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We need to get there. With your help, we will. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, keep the comments coming, and share with your friends, share with your family, share with everybody, because the insanity, it's not stopping. Just this afternoon, Trump ran off to Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey. Now, for whatever the reason is, with all that's going on, I guess he felt that he could take a nice little golf weekend off, right? Giving himself the 2 weeks to decide what he intends to do with Iran. Sure. Let me now show you Donald scurrying away on the plane. Play the clip. Look, let me be very clear. Every president has a right within which to take some time off. But with all that's going on right now, from California to Iran, one would think that maybe Washington is the place to be. But in complete and total irony, Trump complained on Truth Social. No, he did. This is him complaining on Truth Social yesterday about people taking working holidays. Let me show you what he said. In it, it turns around and it says, "Too many non-working holidays in America. It is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all of these businesses closed. The workers don't want it either. Soon we'll end up having a holiday for every once working day of the year. It must change if we are going to make America great again." Now, let me be very clear. As the Lincoln Project turned around and posted, I guess Trump, well, didn't mean himself. Let me show you what they said. In it, it turns around and says, "Guy who has golfed 33 days this year thinks Americans need to work more." Well, it just goes to show you, right? It's not good for me, but maybe it's good for you. Now, this morning, Trump posted another rant about the border. Let me show you what he said there. In it, he turns around and writes, "Zero border crossings for the month for Trump versus 60,000 for sleepy, crooked Joe Biden, a man who lost the 2020 presidential election by a landslide. Biden was grossly incompetent. The 2020 election was a total fraud. The evidence is massive and overwhelming. A special prosecutor must be appointed. This cannot be allowed to happen again in the United States of America. Let the work begin. What this crooked man and his corrupt cronies have done to our country in 4 years is grossly indescribable. Make America great again." Now, I got to be honest with you, right? Whether, you want to take this as just another Trump rant, or you believe it, or of course you don't believe it, that's totally up to you. But right now, it's 2025. Right now, Trump did the unimaginable. He won a second term as president in 2024. Well, really 2025. Unimaginable. Second time in U.S. history. How about let the other stuff go? We're right now on the precipice of a potential nuclear war. No, serious, nuclear war with Iran, Israel, Hamas, Russia, Ukraine, India, Pakistan. You have ICE attacking civilians. You have ICE in LA, in New York, in Texas. You have them everywhere. You think maybe Joe Biden isn't really relevant anymore? But despite Trump being proud of his border security, and by the way, if there is zero crossings, great job. I would take my hat off to you if, in fact, I was wearing one. His ICE agents are getting lots of backlash. Yesterday, the LA Dodgers reported that ICE agents had tried to enter the stadium, but that the Dodgers turned them away. Now, the LA ICE X account, formerly Twitter, the LA ICE X account, posted that they were never there. Let me show you what it says. In it, it turns around and it says, "This morning, ICE agents came to Dodger Stadium and requested permission to access the parking lots. They were denied entry to the grounds by the organization. Tonight's game will be played as scheduled." Now, the ERO Los Angeles, that's the ICE agency, false. We were never there. What? Who's telling the truth? who's not? Well, Homeland Security posted a contradictory tweet. Let me show you that. In it, it says, this morning, again, the ICE agents came to Dodger Stadium, requested permission to the parking lot, and so on. Homeland Security said this had nothing to do with the Dodgers. CBP vehicles were in the stadium parking lot very briefly, unrelated to any operation or enforcement. Well, okay, so then they were there. Maybe then they should have said we were there, but we weren't there for, I don't know, ICE operations. Well, real question one must be asking. I know I was asking, well, then what were you doing there? And more importantly, if you're there and it's not an ICE mission, a mass deportation mission, why are you all wearing your masks? Why are you all in gear? Now, Jerry Nadler, and you all know that I have my own opinion on Jerry Nadler. He told press that he was really unhappy that ICE agents are wearing masks to protect their identities. Play the clip.
But these people are wearing masks and are totally unidentified. And the question is why? The question is why. It's completely improper. And again, one has to assume they're hiding something or they're hiding misbehavior, because otherwise, why would they be wearing masks and denying their identities?
Yeah. So look, Homeland Security's account also then responded to his statement. Let me show you what they had to say. In it, they turn around and they say, Congressman Nadler's accusation that our ICE officers are hiding misbehavior is despicable. ICE officers are now facing a 500% increase in assaults due to this rhetoric. When the brave men and women of ICE conduct operations, they clearly identify themselves as law enforcement officers while wearing masks to protect themselves from being targeted by violent criminals. Okay, well, in other bad news for Trump, a federal judge today ordered that Mahmoud Khalil, the student, must be released on bail. Let me read you part of the article from the New York Times that broke it down. In it, it turns around and it says, Mahmoud Khalil must be released on bail. Federal judge orders. Mr. Khalil, a Columbia graduate and legal permanent resident, has been held in Louisiana for over 3 months. The judge found reason to believe it was retaliation for his pro-Palestinian speech. Further goes on to say, a federal judge ordered the Trump administration on Friday to release Mahmoud Khalil on bail, a ruling that would end a 3-month detention for Mr. Khalil, the only high-profile pro-Palestinian demonstrator in the United States who remains in confinement. The ruling is a major victory and relief for Mr. Khalil, a Columbia University graduate and legal permanent U.S. resident who played a leading role in demonstrations at the school's campus last year. And finally, I want to show you the judge, Michael E. Fabriars of Federal District Court in Newark, said during a 2-hour hearing that he had been persuaded by Mr. Khalil's arguments that his detention was an unlawful retaliation against his pro-Palestinian speech. There is at least something to the underlying claim that there is an effort to use the immigration charge here to punish Mr. Khalil, he said. And of course, that would be unconstitutional. Well, Your Honor, why don't you just take a look at what Judge Alvin K. Hellerstein said on the unconstitutional retaliation that was done against me. Different reasons, obviously, but same underlying facts. I want to remind you what Trump had posted on Truth Social defaming Khalil. Let me show you what he says. In it, he turned around and he wrote, following my previously signed executive orders, ICE proudly apprehended and detained Mahmoud Khalil, a radical foreign pro-Hamas student on the campus of Columbia University. This is the first arrest of many to come. We know there are more students at Columbia and other universities across the country who have engaged in pro-terrorist, anti-Semitic, anti-American activity, and the Trump administration will not tolerate it. Many are not students. They are paid agitators. We will find, apprehend, and deport these terrorist sympathizers from our country, never to return again. If you support terrorism, including the slaughtering of innocent men, women, and children, your presence is contrary to our national and foreign policy interests, and you are not welcome here. We expect every one of America's colleges and universities to comply. Thank you. Now, look, I want to end by touching on Trump's poll numbers. And this week, he claimed that they are higher than ever before, even posting it on Truth Social. Let me show you. In it, he turned around and he put this up. 54% of Americans approve of President Trump's job performance. Now, that, of course, is coming out from the White House. Now, The Economist reported otherwise. Let me show you what they reported. In their reporting, it turns out it says 151 days into Donald Trump's term, the president's net approval rating is -12, down 3.3 points since just last week. 41% approve, 53% disapprove, 5% are unsure. Now, of course, despite numbers disapproving Trump's comments, we know that he's always going to, it's not just him, it's his enablers, the acolytes, the sycophants, the, far right-wing ecosphere. They're always going to try to spin this. So I want to end with a tweet from Ron Filipkowski. Let me show you what it says. He never tells us what the plan is on anything because there is no plan. But two things we know for sure. Whatever happens that is good news will always be a result of the master plan we were not told about. And two, whatever happens that is bad news will be Biden's fault. Isn't this the way that it's supposed to be? I guess the answer to that is probably no. But who knows? Who knows? We're not done yet. Far from it. Only 151 days in. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. We're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.